Hey Google, pause. Hi guys, and welcome to Word of the Day Wednesdays. I am author Nicole D. Miller, and this is my debut novel, When Love Wins. When Love Wins is an urban Christian fiction story, a tale of two young female cousins with a rift in their relationship. When Natalie, the faith based social justice advocate writer, loses her mother, she moves in with her cousin Ashley and uncle for grief support. But instead of a warm welcome from her cousin, she receives an icy cold one. Is there more to the story? Of course there is, and check it out at whenlovewins.love. All right, so you guys know every week I piggyback off of my latest blog. Last week I released a blog called When God Speaks. So, in this blog, I share about how in this season I've transitioned in the way that God has spoken to me. Historically, in my faith walk, I'm a dreamer, so I receive a lot of dreams. I also get divine revelations, insights. I see a lot like with pictures, like illustrations, and me and God, we just kind of been doing our 1-2 for the last 2 decades. But then in this season, he decided to switch it up. And the way he switched it up was very unique to where at first I was taken aback and I felt like, oh, because I was getting less dreams, I must have done something wrong. And so I talk about it in the blog how often we think we've done something wrong. We kind of feel guilty or we feel like ashamed or we feel like we're harboring some things, that maybe God is not, with us. And I want to free my readers from that because I know that's very typical in faith-based circles, especially more religious settings where you can carry like shame and guilt, but God is love and there is no guilt or shame in love. So as I was like initially like struggling with the lack of dreaming, I actually received a word from another friend who actually had less dreams too, and how God was revealing to her that He wants to speak in a new way. And that's when a lot of revelations with prophetic numbers was coming to me. God started using a lot of prophetic ministers to minister to me, and it's been a whirlwind. He's used like license plates on vehicles. Actually, just even today that happened. So he's been very creative, and it's revealed a whole nother aspect of him, and just shows me like how he's so vast. But in the blog, what I talk about is how he used a song to comfort me. So recently, I had an MRI scheduled because I have this issue with my shoulder, and I hate even talking about it because I don't have like this colorful, adventurous story to share about why my shoulder is jacked up. Like at least when I hurt my ankle, I could be like, yeah, I was working out and I was running in the park. But even that was kind of silly because I rolled over an acorn. Not even acorn, a buckeye. But anyways, with my shoulder, I had to get an MRI done. And I was a little nervous about it. And I just kept thinking about my mom. I usually think about her when I'm dealing with a major like medical thing. I realized that because she would be the one that would be right by my side. She would be the one, you want your mom when you're feeling kind of vulnerable. And so as I'm anticipating this MRI and I'm feeling kind of nervous about it, I go in and they're already playing my favorite 90s R&B. Okay, anybody who knows me knows that's my thing. And it gets better. Then they put the little headphones on me, and my goddaughter is so funny. Like she had an MRI, so she's already preparing me. Like this is gonna be a long time, all this stuff. And they put the headphones on me, and it's playing one of my favorite songs that makes me think about my mother. And I just knew like she's with me. So I give that as an example as to how God speaks to us because there are so many different ways that the Creator wants to connect with us. And sometimes we get into a pigeonhole. We pigeonhole Him. We get used to this one trick pony, for lack of another term, of Him like speaking in the same way, especially if it was for decades. Like God has always spoken to me through dreams. And other ways too, like I mentioned, the music, and when you're his sheep, you know his voice, so you know when he's speaking through people. Another big way he speaks to me is through movies, and that has been interesting to discover. I definitely have some stories about the movies, but the new like way that he's speaking in this season, I knew it represented an elevation. And I wanted to share with my readers how sometimes we feel we've done something wrong when in fact we've done something right. And to kind of get out of that shame based mindset in their relationship with God that I've struggled with as well, that I've seen so many struggle with, but get out of a shame based mindset that I think church culture breeds because it's so about rules and about behavior. And God isn't like that at all. So it's really sad that we do a disservice to Him in that way in faith communities. But it's really just to encourage you guys to seek God for a new way for Him to engage with you, a new way for Him to reveal another aspect of Himself, a new way for you to go deeper and connect with the Creator, and for your true identity to be revealed. So if you're interested in learning more about when God speaks, you can visit NicoleDMiller.com. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. I will give a special shout out to the Power Brand Summit. I will be a moderator there. It's going to be August 31st. I'm sure you guys have seen our Instagram posts, social media posts, my email posts. It is a private event, so I'm totally honored to be a moderator and definitely looking forward to that at the end of the month. I do have a personal trip coming up that I'm going to be connecting with a dear friend and also tapping into a spiritual conference that I'm very excited about. Um, so there's a lot happening behind the scenes, you guys, and at the right time, it will be shared. So just get ready. Just get ready for big announcements. That's what I'll say, big announcements. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to Word of the Day Wednesdays, and I will see you next week.